Another powerful feature of Playmaker is the ability to send events from one object to the other. So what you can do is you can have objects react to other objects' conditions. Right, so let me just demonstrate that quickly. Here we have a cube and a sphere and basically just a floor down here, a plane. Just gonna rename them. Okay, I'm just gonna do that one. And let's try doing something different. Right. So what I want to do is I want the ball to change color when the cube hits the floor. Right. Okay. So let's see how we can set that up. Okay. So let's go to the cube, and first I just want to add a rigid body on it so it reacts to gravity. Let's see if that works. Click play. Yeah, it goes down and then it touches the floor and stops. Right. Now let's go to Playmaker. Cube, Playmaker, and just add a new state. Okay, so let's add a new state. So that state 1 will be the initial state, and state 2 would be call event on sphere. And then here we're going to say, okay, I'm going to go to state machine, a whole bunch of actions here, and we're going to do send event. If I can find it. Here we go. Send event. Right, and then here you can say, well, we're going to send event object, various different ones, but let's just keep that there for now. Let's go to this one first. Okay, so now we just need to add a collision event. Collision enter goes down to the next state. Let's disable this for now and just check and see if that's working. Right, so it goes to the call event on sphere state when it touches the floor. So that's good. Now let's go to the sphere and set up a few things here. Right, so we have the initial state. I'll just say this is the ideal state. And then I'm going to add another state. This is when it changes color. Color update. And I'm just going to do a simple set material color. We've used this before. And let's just do red. Doesn't have to be a frame. And then let's go to events. Let's add an event called change color. Now you want to make sure that this box is checked, right? When you hover over it, it says global, which means this event can be called by other objects, right? It's not local. It's not an event that can only be used by this particular state machine. It could be the event can be called from other methods or other events or other state machines. Okay, so we have that checked. Now right click on it again and let's go to global transition, change event, sorry, change color event. Right, so this basically means it doesn't matter which state this object is in, as soon as the change color event happens, we're gonna go to this state and then change the color to red. And we might as well do a finish state and go back to idle. Okay, now go back to the cube and let's enable the send event again. And what we want to do, well, where do we want the event to be sent to, right? So we can either specify a game object. Just drag it down here. Actually, I think what we need is game object state machine. And we specify state machine and then the event. Right, so what we want to do is we're sending an event to a state machine, right? So we drag the object down here and we find the state machine name, which is defined here, and I haven't changed it, so it's still FSM. And then we select the event that we want to call. Now this will only show up if you have checked this as a global event. Okay, so that should be hooked up and no delay every frame. Okay, so let's see what happens. See, as soon as this goes to this state, it sends an event. If we check the sphere, well, it's gone back to idle now. Let me just remove that. It's actually not necessary. And let's just look at this thing here. So we're going to go frame by frame. As soon as that state changed, this color is being updated. You can see that if we unpause it, this object is actually in the color update state. So that's how you can send events to objects, to different objects. And if you spend some time looking at the state machine category, there are a lot of different things you can do here to communicate between different state machines. So it's very handy, very useful.